Sobriety, man. Sobriety is a good choice. The sober life is a good life. I bet somewhere along the lines you heard this preconceived notion that sobriety can't possibly be fun. But I'm here to tell you that sobriety is incredibly rewarding. Maybe you heard that preconceived notion from a friend, or a coworker, or maybe even Chief Keef. But have you ever tried it for yourself for longer than 90 days? If you're given it a 30-day period, you probably didn't have enough time to see how much sobriety can truly change and impact your life. I'll challenge you to try sobriety for at least 90 days, and I bet you it'll be at least more rewarding than your old party lifestyle. For those new to the channel, my name is Oram and I have over 1 year of sobriety, and today I'm here to share with you 4 principles on why that living a sober life is more rewarding than living a party lifestyle. I want to help you drop your vices and reach your 10.0 version of yourself. So if that sounds like something you're into, definitely watch to the end of the video and we'll talk about these 4 principles. Let's dive right into the video, shall we? Principle number 1 is purpose over pleasure. You guys know what's fun? Purpose. Purpose is fun. Purpose is about becoming the best version of yourself. Purpose is about achieving your long-term goals. Purpose is about becoming better at your craft. And purpose is about helping people. The earned feeling of purpose is far better than any temporary pleasure you may get from using drugs and alcohol. Purpose is truly achieving a great feeling because you've earned that. You've worked on your craft, you've done something to impact the universe, and that's a great sign. I'll bet if you achieve your goals for 52 weeks out of the years, you'll feel a lot better than waking up in bed 52 weeks in a row with a hangover. That's the sign from the universe that you should be working on your purpose rather than chasing this party lifestyle. When you sit in bed with regret with a hangover, that's just the universe telling you that you're making the wrong decision, and it hopes you change your act, and so do I. Purpose over pleasure will really help you get what you want out of life. It'll help you eliminate the distractions, but you need to find out what your purpose is. I can't tell you, but start looking and you might find it. Principle number 2, resisting the urge. Resisting the urge is powerful. Every single day, I still have thoughts of drinking and smoking from my past life. But I'm not discouraged by that because I know those feelings will never go truly away. Every time I think about drinking and smoking and I resist that urge, I just won. I won the battle. I tell my thoughts, I say, nope, we're not doing that today. And if that happens 5 times a day, well, I just got 5 wins. If that happens continuously, I keep winning and winning and winning because I will not give up my sobriety. I win every single time and I win every single battle, and that's what truly is empowering. You won, your mental discipline is going up and up and up, and it becomes easier for you to say no. Those with the highest form of discipline will go farthest in life, and that's why sobriety is so powerful. Because you're willing to resist these great pleasures that could bring you temporary satisfaction, and they would make you feel good, but you're focusing on the long view and you know the pain that these drugs and alcohol bring you. So principle number 2, resisting the urge. Every single time that you're able to say no, not today, one more day, you become incredibly more powerful, and that's the power of resisting the urge. Principle number 3, heal yourself and teach others. If you struggled with drugs and alcohol, you know how incredibly painful it can be. You know what the struggles people go through and the pain that they feel day after day because of drugs and alcohol. If you're able to overcome that, that's a tremendous win. Lots of people will never overcome that. You need to show your people what the example is and how sober life is cool. When you inspire others by leading from the front, you can encourage others to follow in a sober lifestyle. And when you teach others and heal yourself, you just win all around because you're not only helping yourself, but you're helping other members of the world. And that's what a true society is all about. By showing that sober life is cool, you can help someone else follow in that path. And hopefully one day they can help the next person. By showing that sober life is cool and embodying a sober lifestyle, you can follow through on your purpose. So like we talked about in principle number 1, purpose over pleasure. If you don't necessarily have a purpose or you don't know what your purpose is, use overcoming these obstacles and teaching people the way as part of your purpose. It doesn't have to be your sole purpose, but you figured out a way to overcome your mindset and change your habits and overcome these tremendous things like drugs and alcohol, and you should teach that to others. Family members, coworkers, friends. You're so powerful and you don't even know it yet. Make sure you heal yourself and teach others. That's principle number 3. Principle number 4, keep your streak alive. Your streak represents the amount of time that you've been sober. I recommend that you keep track of this in some form of app or calendar. This is the day that I got sober. However, I'm not going to recommend that you count every single day. I've been 30 days free from drugs and alcohol. I've been 35 days from drugs and alcohol. Because at the latter part of that statement, you think about drugs and alcohol. If you're continuously thinking about how long you've been free from drugs and alcohol, at the end of the day, you still have drugs and alcohol on your mind. And that's just another trigger of why you might be thinking about drugs and alcohol, along with tons of other things. So I recommend don't count the days. Instead, just keep that streak for your knowledge. But we want to keep that streak alive. It's so easy to keep momentum going rather than having to restart and restructure those habits. That can be tremendously challenging. So when I think about sobriety, I always want to keep my streak going. One more day, one more day, one more day. And after a while, those days really start to add up. I know from previous times that it's so much more difficult to restart your streak. So that's why I always try and keep my streak alive. In fact, Snapchat really embodies this characteristic with their Snapchat streaks. When you're talking to your crush on Snapchat, after a couple of days, they put this streak on, and you want to keep that streak going because that's a sign of how long that you've been, dedicated to keeping that streak going. And Snapchat even shows after only 1 or 2 days, they don't even have the streak counter because 1 or 2 days is nothing special. But once you get to 90 days, once you get to 200 days, once you get to over 1 year sober, it's so easy to keep that streak alive because you just want to keep it going. Because when you have to start at day 1, after day 365, that's no fun. That's why we want to keep the streak alive and going. And that's why principle number 4 is keeping the streak alive, because that's just one other, tool in your toolbox to help you keep moving forward rather than reverse. Principle number 4, keeping your streak alive. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you got some value out of today's video. I really believe that sober life is far more fulfilling, rewarding, and purpose-driven rather than the party lifestyle. I gave up that lifestyle long ago, and that's the old Chris, but now I'm focusing on that 10.0 version of myself. I want to help others. I want to teach people. I want to focus on purpose over pleasure. I want to resist the urge, and I want to keep my streak alive. And these are all things that I'm living for day after day. I wake up, never hungover, and I'm always driven more to my purpose, becoming a better version of myself day after day. I don't wake up in the morning with hangovers and think about all these regrets and why I'm not fulfilling myself to my highest potential. So I hope that I can give you these tips as a guide of how you can reach the best version of yourself. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more sobriety content, and follow me on Instagram. I'm posting every single day, documenting my life and my journey as Chris Oram and becoming the best version of myself. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and we'll see you in the next one.